Make sure I'm clip tight. You can hear me right, and I'm clip tight. Now I feel like I ain't in the. Hold on, my heels getting stuck. Jesus. All right. So you already have the answers. I was watching a sermon last week, I want to say, and it's the sermon Sarah Jakes put out. I love me some Sarah Jakes Roberts, baby. She the sermon where her wig fell off. If you know, you know. Everybody saw it. It was a thing um that happened recently, and she was just like in the beginning of that sermon though. She literally talked about you already having the answers and listening to your body and your intuition and how it reacts to certain people and places and things. And the crazy part was that I had already put episode 10's name into my notes before I even watched the sermon. So I actually took her sermon as my confirmation that this is what episode 10 should be called. And because I'm going to give like a backstory. So y'all know I went to Vegas, episode 9. I talked about that, right? And I talked about how I just didn't I don't really see me being like a Vegas girl. Vegas really wasn't my vibe. It may be other people's vibe, but it just wasn't an ocean vibe. Okay, so while I was in Vegas, I had met like this older woman and this guy at the bar. And they were cool people, like I was chilling. I had already told myself like not to be too much under the influence of anything while I was there so that I could be well aware of my surroundings since I was alone. So we ended up going up to his room to finish our conversation and to kick it. So while we were up there in his room, like y'all, his whole energy had shifted. And personally, I believe some drugs were involved, some hardcore drugs were involved. Nothing that I saw, but he continuously like kept going to the bathroom, and it was like every time he came out of the bathroom, his energy was like getting more and more intense. Okay, so it was to the point like where he was like kind of like standing up, falling asleep, and we were like, dude, like we can leave your apartment, like we don't have to stay here if you're tired, like we can go to our rooms. And he was like, I ain't trying to kick y'all out, blase blase. But we was like, no, like clearly you're tired, so we're gonna go. So he was like, all right, I'm gonna walk y'all out the door. Now that's what I heard him say. Well, he didn't end up walking us out of the door. He actually ended up getting on the elevator with us as well. Now, mind you, I asked her, like, as we're walking out the door, I asked her, like, did y'all know each other? Like, prior to all of us coming up here to the room? And she was like, nah, like, just like, we was kicking it with you. This is my first time even kicking it with him. We just live in the same building. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. So he gets on the elevator with us, and I'm already like, he kind of like, when people, somebody standing like too close to you and they kind of like rub up against you, sometimes it's unintentional and sometimes it may be intentional, where he kind of like rubbed up against my butt. Now, I didn't like make a drastic, like, oh my gosh, why did you do that? Like, no. But my spirit told me that he did it purposely. Okay. So at that point, my energy changed and I began to be like on my P's and Q's. So as we're in the elevator, because now he's riding the elevator with us, she makes like a sarcastic remark. I took it sarcastically, and she was like, oh, wow, you're such a gentleman. You're going to walk us to our room too? He went silent. He didn't really say anything, but he was giving me like this look. And it was like a very like a eerie look, right? So I'm just like, okay. So at this point, I'm like standing on the elevator, and gratefully, this is why I know like God is always on my side, and everything always works out for the good. So she stayed on the 22nd floor, and I was on the 20th floor, and he was, I think, like on the 12th floor. So my floor came before her floor came. Well, I thought he was just gonna ride the elevator with us. He didn't end up just riding the elevator with us. He actually ended up getting off the elevator with me, and she got off the elevator too, gratefully, because I feel like she kind of felt the vibe was off too. So like unfortunately, because I was still like second guessing what was going on, I didn't like go to a different room, but I didn't go into my hotel room until like they walked away, just to kind of throw them off a little bit. Like, this may or may not be her room, because she didn't really necessarily go into it, but this is the room door she came to. You know what I'm saying? So I then like started sitting on the toilet. I needed to use the bathroom, and I was just like scrolling for like 5 minutes, just sitting there. If you don't know, like, the bathroom is like my favorite place to be. Like, I can be sitting on the toilet and not doing anything and just sitting there. I don't know, like, that's like my peace. So sitting on the toilet, and next thing I know, I hear like an unsure knock at the door. It was literally like it was like, it wasn't even like that. It was like, it was very like low, but like unsure. You got to know what I'm saying, like, to know what I'm saying. So I didn't go to the door, but instantly my spirit was like, that's him at the door. Because, like, why would you, like, we don't even know you like that. It was enough for you to, like, we're in a hotel, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, anything can happen, but we don't know you like that for you to really have been, like, walking us to our room. You know what I'm saying? And, I didn't answer the door at all. I just, like, deadbolt locked the door and, like, locked the door. Fast forward 3 days later, this same guy ended up getting into the elevator that I was in, and I was about to go somewhere. So as I'm in the elevator, like, y'all, when I tell y'all, my spirit and my energy, like, was stowed, like, it was stowed. Like, I felt like his energy coming to my energy made me feel like I was literally about to vomit, like, just throw up. Like, that's how bad his energy was. I don't know what's going on with my eye. That's like how bad his energy was. So I was just like, if you make me feel that bad, I do not need to be around you. Like, there is something really, really off about you, dude. So that was just an example of how your body will tell you when something is bad for you. Like, I have never actually experienced anything like that before, but the more I grow spiritually, and learning to like listen to my intuition and my spirit, it literally tells me when to move, how to move, what I need to be around, and what I don't need to be around by the way it just reacts. Like, even I know in some of the episodes, y'all see, like, I'll be like, oh, I got chill bumps. That's confirmation. Like, yes, when I'm talking about something that's for sure, like, right, or spirit is in agreement with it, I get chill bumps. Let's see something else. Like, I don't know, like, I feel like I've taken this time to be able to listen to God talk to me, but also to listen to myself and to trust myself enough that when my body reacts in a certain way, I know, like, this is for me or this isn't for me. And I pray that you learn and, isolate yourself and learn yourself the same way, because the more you become in tune with self, the more you're able to be more in tune with the world and how the universe speaks to you and how the universe is leading and guiding you. Um, so I love that Sarah Jakes talked about that, talked about how your body will tell you exactly, like, you already have the answers. So, oh my eye, Jesus. So I'm gonna give y'all a little personal story. Episode 10, I didn't really know what to name it before I even came to this point, right? I kept contemplating, and then I was battling with myself a lot on whether or not I should let this guy that I love so much go, right? We've been friends for 6 years, on and off, like, not really like consistent with like conversation or anything like that, but like, this has been a guy, like, I have been very vulnerable with, like, open with, because we have been friends, but we also were more than friends, like, in the beginning, and then it didn't work with us being like more than friends because we've always been like at a distance. So um we ended up like just being like best friends, like, honestly, like, whenever he was having relationship problems, he would come to me. And like whenever I was having relationship issues, I would talk to him about it. But like I started realizing that it really wasn't an equal give and take. It was more so like him always coming to take, but when I want to take, he's not willing to give. And God kept giving me that word, like that phrase, like in order for any relationship or friendship to work, there has to be an equal give and take. One person can't be, and then I just heard that today too. Somebody can't be given 70% and you're giving 30. You can't be given 20 and they're giving 80. Like it has to be a 50-50. There's no in between. That's just like I don't really think I was listening to if you don't have Headway, you can download Headway on your phone. It's an app where they give you like short summary books that literally, I promise you, the universe like aligns with what you got going on in that time frame that you really need to hear or learn in that moment. So the one that I heard yesterday said like, there really isn't a balance. And so today when I was thinking about it, I was like, you can't be like in a whole bunch of things. Like you can't have your hand in so much because you lose focus and you're never going to get to the end of the race of whatever you're really or the end goal of whatever you're trying to accomplish, because you have your hand in so much and you're not focused on one thing. So it literally was like, no, choose one thing and focus on that one thing. Whatever your purpose is, whatever your passion is, you choose that one thing. Yeah, you may can play the guitar. Yeah, you may can paint well. Yeah, you may can write music well. But what are you actually passionate about? Like what do you actually see yourself doing long term and building wealth with? Like where do you see yourself at in that predicament? And whenever you figure that out, like what do you wake up and think about instantly every day? What do you do most of the day that you would rather do, or it doesn't really, you don't really consider it as a job or something that takes a toll on you, but you actually enjoy doing it? That's the thing that you have to focus on, that one thing. And I got to thinking, like, because I do so much, like I write poems, I speak to y'all, I make these YouTube videos, I make reels on Instagram, I do lashes, I paint, I do all of these things, but the only thing I'm really passionate about, and the only thing I know God said, this is your purpose, this is what I put you here to do, is this. And I'm so grateful that, because for a minute I felt so kind of like shameful and like, because I built Ocean Eyes, which is my lash business, up. Like I've been doing that for 3 whole years, and it's just not my passion anymore. It's not really what I see myself doing in the long term. And I don't know why I'm crying, but I feel like it's kind of a part of me that I have to let go, but I don't really have to let it go fully, but that's not who I am anymore. And I think I'm more so connected with my clients and the love. It's such a successful business, and I'm so grateful that God has blessed me, but I don't want to do it anymore. And um um I'm ready to let go of it. I'm ready to move forward. I'm at a place where actually it makes me depressed. And I don't really want to do it anymore. My hand hurts. I'm getting carpal tunnel really bad in my hand. Um, but it's my money maker right now. Like it's how I pay my bills. It's what's like I just gotta keep going right now. I know that change is coming. And God keeps telling me to be patient, and I'm being patient wholeheartedly, but I'm just tired. I am so tired of um doing it. Of I don't even pour into the business anymore um at all. Like it's just I'm just here right now. but this is what I know I want to be doing. Like, I just want to talk to people. I want to help people. It makes me feel good, but not in an ego way. It makes me feel good enough to show people and to let people know who God is, like who my God is, who the man, the king, the almighty one that has grabbed me by my hand and guided me through my whole life, like for as long as I can remember. So this is just bigger than me, you know, like it's bigger than me. And so I've came to the point where it's like I told y'all in episode 9, I believe, was reaching the end, right? So this was me reaching the end of everything. It was and I didn't really fully realize what I was reaching the end of. Cause y'all know, I was thinking the other day, like spirit is true, right? Spirit is perfect. And if spirit is in you, that's a lot of time what speaks majority of the time. Now flesh is fake. Okay, flesh is ego. Flesh is temptation. Flesh is always tempted, but spirit is truth. Spirit is righteous. If we know that God is spirit and the Holy Spirit is within you, then we know that that's all that can be, right? So I'm just, I don't know where I was going with that. Oh, so I mean, basically, I'm just letting go of everything. I'm learning to set boundaries and to say no and to not feel guilty about it. You know, I just posted a reel because God sent me a message because I went through something with my mom the other day, and she was playing a manipulating role towards me as if I was obligated to do something for her, but I've always been the yes person. So the one time that I said no, it was like the whole world was ending. Like, I'm such a bad daughter. God says honor your parents, and you're not honoring me. You're being disrespectful, and I didn't say anything disrespectful wholeheartedly. I'm not even that type of person. I don't. But it was like, and then that happened on Friday, and then Sunday, God gives me the message like, just as God keeps His promises, so shall we. And let your yes be yes and your no be no, and stand firm on that. Don't take back that word. Mean what you say and say what you mean. And me knowing that that's the type of person I really am, once I say no, it's over with. But I kind of felt bad for saying no, but at the same time, it was a mistake that she had made that she honestly wanted me to feel bad about. No, that's not right. Like, that's not right in my mind, and I just felt like the situation could have went way better than the way that it went. um Especially just how she treated me and my brother about the whole situation and then played victim. So it's just, it's sad to say, but at the same time, I'm okay with the position that I played. I'm okay with the no that I ended up saying. Um, Even though I felt a little bad about it at first. No, like no, I let that guilt go. And so I'm coming to the point where it's like, God's like, I'm trying to show you everything, Ocean, that I need you to do in order for me to take you where I'm about to take you, right? I need you to learn to say no. I need you to learn to not hold on to things that are not pouring back into you like you pour into them. I am a really great person. And I'm saying this because for a long time I didn't know how great of a person I was. I didn't love myself. I didn't know the type of love that God was willing to show me and to pour into me. Universal love is different. Like the other day, I went into Smoothie King, and there's a person before me who ordered a smoothie, and then it was me next, right? I came second to that person, and I still got my smoothie before that person did. That's love. Like, I didn't even have to wait. But although I didn't order before that person did, like that was a blessing. And it's those small blessings that we miss, like that we don't really pay attention to, but it was still a blessing because time is you can't get time back. Okay, like I'm getting younger every day, but I'm also growing old every day. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to be joy. I want to be peace. I am peace. I am love. I am joy. I am truth. I am honest. I am honorable. I am worthy, and I am valuable of all that God has for me. I am valuable and worthy of good things. I deserve good things. Like, and for a long time, I don't think I believed that. I don't think that I fully understood what that means. So I'm at a point in my life where if it goes, it goes, and if it comes, it to stay, it stays. But if it doesn't, I'm okay either way. I'm not forcing anything. I'm just letting things flow. Y'all know here on the ocean flow, we go as we flow and we flow as we go. And that's every day I just keep learning and putting that phrase into my life. And um I'm so grateful. Like, I am so grateful that God has taught me forgiveness, that God has taught me his grace and his love and his salvation on my life, and that you do not have to be a perfect person in any form or fashion for him to show you this type of love and give you this type of grace and salvation. He already knows who you are and what your heart is like. He knows you. So come to him as you are. Be your authentic self. Just be you. And you can't go wrong with that. You can't go wrong with being who you are. You at all, because all you ever will know is that you had a good conscience. You did what was right, and you continue to be you no matter what. No matter who tried to take that away from you. I take my power back from everything that tried to take my power from me. There were so many things that try to take my that I mean some things that I won't even speak on because it's not worth speaking on. God saw you. God saw how you moved on me when I was good to you. He saw that. I don't have to take revenge on you. I can't turn the other cheek, and I will, and I will continue to do that because my spirit team's revenge is greater than any revenge I could ever do. They go hard for me. They do things that I wouldn't even have the heart to do. So I am grateful for them. I am thankful. I'm grateful for my life and the freedom that I have to do what I want, when I want, how I want. I'm grateful that God has continued to just protect me and guide me and lead me and be all that I need him to be. He is all that I need. And I'm tired of telling myself that I need outside things to fulfill my destiny or to fulfill the love that I already have inside of me. Like, I don't need nobody to love me. I love me. God loves me. So why do I need somebody else to love me? I'm not forcing anybody to love me. I don't even think a lot of people these days know what real love is. Like, we just all are hurt. We've all been hurt time and time again that we start putting these guards up and these walls up, and we don't let people in, and then we think we gotta hurt people before they hurt us, or we gotta run because we don't like that they're actually showing us real love, or we're scared of that feeling. No, I'm not scared no more. I'm not scared to feel loved. I'm not scared to feel good about myself. I'm confident in who I am now. And I am a powerful person. Like, you are a powerful person. And you can have and be and become all that you want. And I'm gonna keep preaching this to the day that I die. I will, like, but y'all don't understand. You gotta feel me to understand the miracles, the love, the joy, the grace, the things that God has done for me, the things He has brought me out of. I shouldn't be here today. I shouldn't be talking to you right now. There's a lot of things that I have been through that should have broke. someone. They shouldn't have made it out. I shouldn't have made it out, but I did. I'm just, whew. God is so good to me. And I know how good he can be to you. I know what you can experience. I know he gotta get all my praise. He gotta get all my worship, and he gotta get all the glory. There's no other way. It was not me. It was not. No, human strength can't be this strong. Like, I was just on my walk earlier, and I'm like, bro, like, we living in a world with one man, one mind, one mouth. Like, one man with his mouth and his mind created this beautiful thing. Like, that's powerful. That's powerful. And to even think or fathom that a lot of people sometimes play with God's power, that ain't that ain't something to play with. That ain't something to play with. And I never play with him. I couldn't play with him because I know what he can do to you, and I know what he can do for you. So that man just ain't somebody to play with. He ain't somebody to make promises to and you don't hold to him. He ain't somebody you just lean on when you need something. Nah, that man deserves your love and your praise and your glory and your honor and your worship every single day. That man brought you out of the most toughest times you've ever been through. And a lot of times we ignore those signs. You already have the answers. You know what to do and what not to do. Right and wrong is a simple thing. You learned that as a child. You also learn to treat others as you would like to be treated. That's though these are lessons that we have learned, but as adults, it's like I'm gonna do what I want to do. I'm gonna do what I. It's like I don't know like where we fell off. We forgot him, like, but he never forgot us. You know how graceful that is. You know how loving that is. That every day, today that you woke up, whatever day you see this, you woke up and he gave you another chance to do it again, to start over, to ask him to be a part of your life. Every day he is patient with you to do that. You know how graceful that is? Like, um, so back to the guy friend. I know y'all know I get, but I always come back to square one. So, that equal give and take. I need a man that's gonna give me an equal give and take. I'm not willing to just continuously give myself and not receive anything. You lose yourself when you give more of yourself to somebody that is not willing to give you even a piece of them. And I learned in this time, I don't care. Actions speak louder than words. And just like my therapist said earlier today, like, that goes into the scripture of faith without works is dead. It's the same thing. You not putting any work behind anything means nada. It means nothing. Nothing can move without you making a move with it. What moves you makes you. Ah, that's on my vision board. I will not lie to you. So, and it hurt my heart. It hurt my heart that I've been holding on for 6 years and I fantasized and I've made this person in my mind be more perfect than he ever was. You know how hurtful that is? That I had so much faith and in something that could never be faithful to me, could never choose me. I always play second. I will never play second to anything but God. I am worthy of that. I am valuable enough to place second to nothing and no one but God. And if I have to put myself first every day until someone chooses to actually put me first, then I'll just be here. And me and God, we gonna get married. We surely is. We surely is. Because I lost myself in too much in the past. I gave myself to too much that didn't deserve me. Nobody deserves you that isn't willing to do for you. Stop giving yourself to things that are not willing to give themselves to you. It's not worth it. God got so much more. You can't hold space for something. Like something can't be in the space because now you don't have room for God to send you something else to put in that space. So no, I'm letting go of anything that holds space for God to bring me something better. I need something better. I don't want the bad stuff. Leave the bad stuff where it's at. Give me all the good stuff, God. I need all the good stuff. Whatever that's good and that's from you, give me that stuff. I want what you want for me. I want the will. Whatever your will is, let that be my will. Don't give me what I want, because clearly what I've been wanting don't want me for real. Like that don't want me. So now you give me what you want me to have at this point. And that's the place I'm at. And that for a long time I honestly knew this. Like I already had this answer. I knew that I needed to let it go. But I held on and held on and held on because I just I just thought it would change. But then that goes back to trying to change people. And people don't change unless they want to change. So I had to, I'm going to pray for them. I'm going to continue to pray for them because I really do pray that God change them. And, he sees his wrongs. I'm not always right. Absolutely not. But I'm not the one to be played with either. Like, I'm not stupid. I'm not delulu. I'm not delusional. So, don't let nobody play with you. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. Okay? Don't let nobody play with you. And this was the last thing I had to let go, but I had to forgive him first. So it's crazy that God, I brought him back into my life to forgive him. And then I let him back go. I let him go again because I also had to see that nothing was different. And I also had to reflect on the past and realize that honestly, there was never any truth in it. Like it has always been lies from the beginning. From the very beginning, it's been nothing but lies. And I believed this stuff because I was blind to love or lust or whatever it was. But I believe some wild stuff. I believe that a man could graduate with an associate's degree from a 4-year college. I believe that don't be delulu like me. Okay? And I was young. But there's no way I should have believed that. But I don't know. I give myself grace though. I forgive me for being delulu. I should have never been that. But we're moving forward. We're letting go. And I'm gonna continue to pray for everybody that has wronged me. You don't have to lie to kick it, Craig. What my client said, you ain't got a lot of cricket, Craig. Cricket, Craig. You ain't got a lot of kick. No, for real, you don't though. Like if anybody speaks of me, they're gonna tell you that I am a down to earth, non-judgmental, good spirited, pure hearted individual that will love anybody. I don't care where you came from, what you done did. Cause half the time, I done did the same stuff. I done been in the same position. I done struggled. I done did everything anything you can think of. I done been through it. I done went through it. I done got through it. I done grew from it. That's it. Like that's just it. Like I chose to grow from it. I didn't choose. I chose to grow from the I chose to grow from it, and I chose not to let it break me. I just chose to look at it, reflect on it, and take it as a lesson. But it was also a blessing at the same time. So I ain't sweating it. I actually didn't even like cry this time for real. I still think about him, but at the same time, I can't like. I know that's not for me, so ain't no need to entertain it. We here now. I see it. You gotta tell me. Then you gotta show me. Uh. Mm-mm. I ain't going with you just telling me because anybody can tell you anything. That's just trust me. Anybody can tell you anything until they show you what they told you. Don't believe it. Don't believe it. That's just like I believe it when I see it. That's a real saying. That is real. I will believe it when I see it. Okay? Absolutely. So remember, you already know what you need to do. You have the answers. God already told you. Listen, you need to open your ears. What did I say the other day on Instagram? I think I said you need to have listening ears, seeing eyes, and an open mind. And you're going to get all that you need. God got you. God got you, baby. Just call on him. Ask him. Ask and knock. 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 He got you. He got you. I love you. I thank you for tuning in. I thank you for being here. And look forward to episode 11 because we're going to keep them coming, baby. I'm Ocean. This is the Ocean Flow Talk Show, episode 10. You got all the answers. I love you. Have a blessed day, night, morning, whenever you see it. I see you. I believe in you. I love you. God loves you. You are forgiven. Just come to him. He waiting on you. He waiting on ya. Okay. I love him, baby. Let me tell you what. He can do some good things for you. Some great things. See y'all next time.